another day. All right, let's ride.
When it comes to defending America, it is not enough to merely have an American presence in space. We must have American dominance in space. So important. Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something so important. General Dunford, if you would carry that assignment out, I would be very greatly honored also. Where's General Dunford? General? Got it? Let's go get it, General. But that's the importance that we give it. We're going to have the Space Force.
That's crazy, right? Goddamn Space Force. What's up, man? No Playing This Ride, episode 34, man. Dream Shake, Hakeem Olajuwon. First and foremost, though, rest in peace to that man, XXX Tentacion. He was shot and killed in Broward County, Florida today. Apparently a few minutes ago. I just got home and I opened up my phone and I saw that he was shot. And then a few minutes later, they said that that man was gone. Rest in peace. I didn't listen to his music much, but rest in peace to that man. I wish his family the best. It's a damn shame. Back to this this Space Force. That I guess, man. I guess if that's what we're gonna do with our money, is we're going to focus on space. We got people starving in the States. I don't understand it. We already got 5 branches. I mean, I guess we just like fuck NASA, right? Is that not NASA's job? Is that not what the Air Force kind of helps with? I don't know for sure. I'm not 100%. But I don't understand the need for it. And it seems like a lot of money being spent for whatever reason. But we'll see how it works out. I'm just trying to figure out where they're going to pull from. Where they're going to get all these people from to form this new branch. How long is it going to take? And when do they expect it to actually get off the ground? Because what I'm expecting is they're going to ask for people from different branches that are already in the military. And then from there, push to get youth. Because, I mean, that would be the smart part. They're going to hit the recruiting real hard. They're going to be in the high schools and everything. It's going to be a lot of promotion. I don't want to say propaganda, but it's going to be a lot of focused marketing for the type of people they want. A lot of heavy recruitment for officers, and it's going to be crazy if it actually happens. Like, I don't know if it's going to actually happen, but from the way he's talking, you know him. Anything to waste your time, 2018, because we talking about this, but you're not going to talk about Paul Manafort being ordered to jail for witness tampering. That's your guy, right? That's the guy who paid for the Stormy Daniels situation. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about these kids being separated from their families at the border. That you could fix that shit with like a phone call, stroke of a pen, because you want a goddamn wall. But we're going to talk about the Space Force. That's what we worked about. That's what we're working on. That's what we worried about, the fucking Space Force. And I understand, like, being in outer space, it has its advantages. Okay, cool. But what about the people here in the fucking country? You worried about the border and shit some days, and then the next day, you worried about space. You not focused nowhere. And it seems like distraction to me because you got employees quitting left and right. They about to start sending people to jail. You see your boy already in there now. So the shit that's going on, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather focus on the immigration. If you're going to fix the law, fix it. Don't put it on the Democrats. The Democrats aren't saying, hey, let's separate these families from their kids, and then saying it's being used as a deterrent. That's what Lindsey Graham said. It's supposed to be a deterrent. And while I understand and while I fully accept the fact that people coming here illegally, that is not cool. I understand the situation is fucked up, and I really feel a soft spot for them. But I'm not about breaking the law. I wish there was another way for them to get here. I wish it wasn't as hard, but they are in the wrong. But just send them back as a collective if you're gonna send them back. Don't separate the kids from the parents. That's creating poverty. What are these kids gonna do? Like, unless you're gonna fast track these kids into the Space Force, why don't you offer their families positions in the Space Force? It don't have to be nothing crazy. They could work in a support role or some shit like that. Do something, man. If you don't just completely ignore an issue, then literally go leave the planet and go out of space when you can't control the border, but you want to control the worlds we have not yet discovered. It don't make sense to me. That's crazy. We got to work on that first. Work on getting the border straight. Like, I don't even give a shit if you get the wall if you gonna stop separating people's families and shit. Like, that's worse. You want the wall, fine, but don't take the babies away from their parents, because I just see that as what happened to black people. How they say they removed the black father from the home, creating chaos in the black community, and shit just went bad. And Mexicans in some areas and by some people are already looked upon in a negative way, which I don't really understand because I live around like 98% Mexicans, and my day is great every day. I have no issues at all. So I don't see what other people's issues are if you got these people in your house taking care of your kids, taking care of your lawn, taking care of your cars, doing all types of other shit, but you feel like you need to take their kids from them. And people support this shit. That's the crazy thing. People actually on support like, oh, immigration, this, that, and the third. No, you only care when people don't look like you. And that's what I had to make myself realize. They don't care because they're old and they have money. The people making these decisions are probably closer to retirement than most. They probably have funds set up for when they leave their job. They probably have other streams of income coming in. And their families are set up for like a generation or two maybe. So they don't give a shit about the decisions being made because their name is in the media for a second and then it's gone. And that's what I think is going on with the Republicans. They were so much more vocal when Obama was in office, and there were so many more names being put out there on the Republican side of the House because they were constantly opposing things that Obama's doing. But with Trump in office, it's a different situation. It's like the ultimate pick and roll. Everybody like talk about the Warriors, how their game is. Yeah, this is like Stockton Malone pick and roll level. That's how crazy this is. Because what happens is Trump is setting the pick. And the Republicans are going behind him while he's garnering all the attention, and then they're getting all the deals they need done behind the facade of what's going on with the president. They're making all the moves behind the scenes. So instead of resisting him, what they've done is use him as a shield to deflect all the bullshit that will come their way as a means for them to get done what they want done. Now they can kind of try to bully the Democratic side without looking as much as the bad guy, because it's, in my opinion, I think it's widely believed that this president is going to be a one-term president. I mean, if not chalk it up to insanity, it looks like he just got played over in North Korea from what people are saying. Like, the North Koreans didn't really agree to shit. And you got us apparently agreeing to not have any more war games going on over there, which other countries are saying is going to destabilize the region because we acted as a kind of like as a balancing act over there. We kept shit from getting out of hand because we were constantly present. We can't control that, but you want to control space. You can't control the backyard. You can't control the oceans, but you want to control space. We got to get our shit together, people. Our priorities are all fucked up. I do know this, though. I'm interested. I want to see what this Space Force is supposed to be all about. I don't think it's going to happen. Not like people think. I don't think it's going to be immediate like people may think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a slow build as if it even happens. As if they've done some type of analysis and weighed out the pros and cons, or if he was just up there talking. Because now was a good time to distract, because you got more shit popping up in the news about people that work with you going through shit. You throw something, yeah, Space Force, that shit's going to trend automatically. A new branch of the military, oh God, what's this going to be? And if it does happen, I think it's going to be like the Coast Guard. It's going to be very small, and they're probably going to be highly selective about the people they use to get in. But I definitely think if they do it, they should maybe bring back some veterans, maybe pull, and they're going to have to definitely pull from the people that are already in the military if they're smart for leadership and organization purposes alone. But then somehow you got to fill the billets of the people that you just displaced. So we'll see. But focus on home first, man. Focus on getting these kids back with their families, and then focus on making sure we good on the strategic side of the fight. If you get my meaning, make sure we're good and we're positioning globally to be as effective as possible before you start trying to go into outer space, man. That's all I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. It seems like it should be crystal clear to focus on home before you focus on space, but you got to think about who we talking about, or who I'm talking about. And what else? I'm going to hit on sports real quick. I'm excited for the football season. I've been arguing with people online about basketball for the past few months about who's the greatest and this, that, and the third, and this Kevin Durant this, Kevin Durant that. Look, at the end of the day, if KD would have listened to everybody talking shit about him, KD would have been sitting at home with Russ with no goddamn rings. Let's just keep it a buck. So y'all can stop with the KD shit. The man has already gone to the Warriors, won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs. You can't hate on the man. You can't, because the man want the smoke. LeBron come up the court, KD on him. KD come up the court, LeBron somewhere the fuck else. He want the smoke. He wants the smoke. And with the news of Kawhi Leonard wanting out of San Antonio, that's gonna really shake shit up, and it may affect where LeBron goes. Because I'm pretty sure they could play together. I think they'll complement each other. Because I don't see Kawhi as ball dominant, and we all know LeBron James. I mean, like at 10% to his detriment, will give up the ball freely. But he's a really, really good. He's a great facilitator of the ball. So I think if you could get them on the same team, that's crazy. It's just going to depend on what pieces they have around it. And I don't see how. If I'm LeBron, I'm like, listen, you want me to stay in Cleveland? Go get Kawhi. Get rid of half of these guys. I wouldn't keep nobody but Larry Nance from the trades that were made. I'm getting rid of Clarkson. I'm getting rid of George Hill. Your biggest bargaining chip in that whole thing will probably be Rodney Hood, because he showed what he can do when he finally got some fucking playing time. I'm getting all of them out of there, and then I'm trying to bring in Kawhi. And then maybe if I can get Chris Paul to come. Because that I would like to see, because Chris Paul impressed me. He had me thinking, you know what, maybe these sportscasters don't know what the fuck they talking about. Maybe the sports writers were wrong. Like, oh, Chris Paul's too dominant, 2-ball dominant, James Harden's ball dominant, they can't play together. Bullshit, they were wrong. Just like they were wrong when they said Kobe and, not Kobe, like shit, just like even Kobe was wrong. He didn't think LeBron and D-Wade can play together. They got 2 rings. So we're going to see, man. I think it's going to be interesting. I just want to see where everybody lands. They got mock draft after mock draft coming out. I want to see where some of these guys go. Hopefully we get somebody on the Bulls to help thicken up their roster and help bolster us. I don't know what position they're going to draft. I don't think they're too happy with either Levine or Dunn right now. So I think if Trae Young is there, they'll take him. and I think they'll probably get a big if possible. I think they I read something about I don't forgot what school is it Mizzou? The light skinned cat out of Mizzou, Michael Porter Jr. or something like that, and Trey Young. I think they were looking at. I'm not 100% that's his name, but he's like a 6'10" forward. I want to say it's Mizzou. I could have the school fucked up, but I think the Bulls were looking at him and then maybe Trey Young, because I'm pretty sure they got 2 picks in the first round. I sure should hope so. But it's gonna be exciting if they go about doing things the right way. And I shit on them all season long because they deserved it by tanking and shit. But I want to see what they do with this draft if they could turn it around after having these guys together for a whole season, or if they need to make some trades or whatever. But I'm definitely excited. Um, in other basketball news slash music news, the boy Jay-Z is the president of Puma, man. He's the president of the basketball division of Puma. I read an article, I want to say a couple of days ago, maybe like a few sentences, talking about how Puma wanted to get back into basketball, how they were targeting certain guys. And then the news broke today that Jay-Z is actually the president. I mean, that's a hell of a stamp. That's a hell of a name to throw out there when you're trying to attract young black men or young black athletes, period, to your brand. That Jay-Z card is a motherfucker. That's going to attract people because one thing everybody knows that Jay-Z's done business well. He's made away from himself. He's had a clothing line before when he had Rockaware, so he knows how to market and do shit. So it's gonna be cool to see these cats bring up a new brand and get shit cracking and do their thing, man. So congratulations to Jay-Z for that. Um, I want to see what the shoes look like. Hopefully none of these guys' shoes ain't trash. I really, really hope none of the shoes are trash. I think it would be a damn shame if Jay-Z attached to if Jay-Z attached himself to some shit and the shoes turn out to be garbage. So he's gonna have to be real careful to make sure that who's ever designing shit is doing a top-notch job, especially with Puma just jumping back into the basketball game. It's gonna have to be a real home run. You can't afford to flop on this. Not with a name that big attached to it, and not with you getting these young guys. I think it's gonna take a superstar though to get the line jumping. If they can get a superstar to come over to them and possibly defect from one of the other big shoe companies, and he got a dope shoe, I think it's really gonna help out. Because even if you get these guys signed, even that you got these guys signed, that's cool. But they're not household names yet. You get a household name to rock your shit, and they do it in a legit way, and they're balling, and the shoe looks good, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be straight for real. I'm excited to see what he does, man. I'm a huge fan of him and all he's done, all his business moves, music, whatever. I'm a huge fan of what he's done. So I can't wait to see what they come up with over there at Puma. And if they're nice, I might get myself some. I mean, you see what Kanye did with his Adidas and his Nike line. So I think it'd be cool to see what Jay-Z can do as far as bringing the talent to the company and them putting it all together and making a dope product. But we shall see. We shall see. Keeping with sports, man. That boy T.O. ran a 4-4. He was out there with Julio Jones, and he's been campaigning to get back into the league, man. And he got his ass out there and run a goddamn 4-4. That's incredible. A 4.44 at his age is pretty goddamn good. So that lets you know he's been training, man. So somebody give T.O. a shot, man. Or if I'm T.O., I don't understand why niggas just don't be like, fuck it, man, I'm going to Canada. I'm not going to stay here and keep trying to go somewhere where they won't want me. I'm going to go to Canada and do my thing there, and I'm going to go on about my business. I just will never understand why dudes won't do that. But maybe it's a pride thing. Maybe it's because he's played at the top level in that league. He wants to go back. It's familiar. Maybe it's that, man. I'm not sure. Oh, well, fuck it. Also, World Cup, Mexico apparently shocked the world by beating Germany. I'm not shocked because I see Mexican play soccer all the damn time, and I don't know that many Germans. So it didn't shock me, but hey, I don't know shit about soccer. I did watch, though, and the first time I watched, I'm over there rooting for Nigeria because it was a part of my ancestry percentage. So I'm rooting for Nigeria, and they fucking lost. Like, god damn it. But it's the first few games, so I guess it don't really count. I don't know shit about the World Cup, but I'm trying to keep up, and I was like, I was pissed. I was pissed. The first game I sat there and tried to watch was an L. I was like, God damn it. But I'm going to stay tuned and I'm going to keep up with it and see if I can learn something from it going forward and be a better football fan, if you will. All right, and I'm going to jump right into this music, man. A lot of good music came out. A whole goddamn lot. A lot of good music. So I didn't really touch on it. It came out a few days ago. Well, not a few, like a week or two ago. But Currency, my man, Spitter Andretti, the homie, got a project out called The Marina. And he has a few features on there: Action Bronson, Styles P, Smoke Desert. But I think my favorite track on there is a song he has with Action Bronson. That's it's all, it's always the same. It's smooth, it's chilled, it's laid back. I really like how he stayed the same, man. Currency, I feel like when he's rapping, he's telling me the truth. There's no reason to lie. There's no reason to hype beat shit. It's just, hey man, I'm out here. I grind. I go on shows. I go do shows. I work my ass off, and I live a decent life. And I smoke and play video game and hang with people that's cool. I could deal with that. That sound like a that sound like a guy I want to hang out with, man. But the song is Scarab 38. That's the one featuring Action Bronson, man. But it's a real laid back project. If you know Currency and you know how he gets down, it's the same old good bag of dope. And so it's the same shit. Ain't nothing changed, but it's still good for you, man. So I would go check that out, definitely. Also, on the more lyrical side, my man Black Thought dropped the EP. My bad. 5 songs full of fire. Giving you a bar overload. You know, if you don't know who Black Thought is, go on YouTube and type in, who was it? It was a DJ. Who was one of them aggravating? It was one of them aggravating ass DJs who like to yell a lot. It was Funk Master Flex. Yeah, it was Black Thought was on Funk Master Flex and he shut that bitch down. So if you're not familiar with the roots or Black Thought, hit up YouTube and then put in Black Thought Funk Master Flex freestyle and that shit should pop right on up. When I tell you he killed it, he destroyed it. Better than anybody who's been up there before. And this has been some heavyweights up there. We talking about Royce the 5'9". We talking about Saha the Prince had a good one. It's a few guys been up there killing shit. His was so far I think Black Thought he has the one. He has a super super dope showing up there. And the best song in my opinion on the EP, I was gonna go with Ninth Verse Thought, but I'm gonna go with 215. 215 to me is the best one on there. Maybe it's because of the first song. I like intros. I like the first song. He came on, he set that bitch off. And yeah, man, living up to expectations, man. It's just what he does. Also, my boy J Rock from TDE put out another album called Redemption. Real good album, man. It's got 13 songs on there. The King's Dead that was on the Black Panther soundtrack is on there. He has a song with J. Cole. He has a song with Jeremiah. He has a song called Redemption with SZA. That might be the best song on the album. I think it's the title track. It makes sense. I might go with Broke Plus Minus. I think that may be my favorite song on the album so far. I haven't had a chance to listen to it a whole lot because there's been a bunch of music coming out, and I like to be able to actually like rotate the album a few times before I say I listen to it. But I had to keep running a couple of the songs back because I kept getting interrupted. But I think Broke Plus Minus is my favorite song. It's number 10 on the album. So check that out, J-Rock Redemption. Pretty good. It's gritty, it's that J-Rock shit, but it's got more bounce to it, man. This is probably his, I don't want to say his best work, but I think this is the album where he's getting closer to finding the sound he needs to be able to go back between that Nickerson Gardens and for him to be on the radio. If that makes sense. I think this album has the most appeal. I like 0059. I thought that was a pretty good album. This may be better. I gotta listen to it a few more times. But J Rock is kind of just dark in the shadows. That Grizzly Bear, man, he come out there and he get you. But he had a few songs on there, man. Tap Out for the Ladies. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna do well for him, man. I like what he did with it, and hopefully more people listen to him and realize TDE is more than just Kendrick and Schoolboy Q and SZA. Ab Soul is a beast. Isaiah Rashad is a beast. They got a stable over there that'll tear you up. They're gonna have to respect all the TDE and not just the really, really big names. But I think that J Rock did very well with this album. And I hope you guys go check it out. Also, Nasir came out. Nas's album. There was some technical difficulties with the release. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Nas was trolling people or whatever. But that shit was supposed to come out at midnight. My boy hit me like, yo, Nas album out, but it's not out. My boy Bombay, I was like, what? He said it's out, but it's not out. In so many words. Had to go look that shit up. And it finally was able to be downloaded and streamed. I don't know if it was just something they were doing to check the interest level. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's fucking Nas. Nas could put out another album tomorrow, and that shit gonna be gold. And he did this with no promotion or whatever, just off the strength of his name. And it's a pretty good album. 7 songs, like Kanye's been doing with all the albums he's been working on. But it's like I say, 7 songs is just, hey, that's right on. That's right on. You don't need 10, 15 songs if you got 7 songs and, all 7 are good, and maybe 5 of them are fire. You don't need 10 songs. I'm satisfied with that. Just give me enough and give me some quality, and I don't give a shit how many songs on the project. Just make sure the music is good. That's all I really ask for. Right now, I haven't listened to the whole lot because I've been listening to other music, like I said. But I think my track on here I like the most is Bonjour. It's number 4 on the album, so go check that out. Nasir by Nas, it's really good. Also, who else came out? I don't think I talked about Kid See Ghost. That's the album that Kanye and Kid Cudi did together. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Ye's doing his thing with these albums, man. I'm not gonna front. Ye's he's shutting a lot of shit up. He's shutting a lot of shit up, shutting a lot of people down. Everybody was talking shit about Kanye till these goddamn albums came out. Everybody's just a little bit quiet. A little bit quiet. But yeah, I want to say my favorite song on that album is... I actually got to go look at it. What was my favorite song? I think it's got Kid Cudi in the title. But you know when you get a project from them, what it's gonna be, for the most part. It's gonna be a lot of them damn memes, but it's gonna be more music than just straight hip hop. I don't even know what genre I would put this in, honestly, because of how they make music. But I think it's called Cudi Montage or something. I'm trying to open it up right now. My bad. But it's a pretty good album, man. It's one of those, for me, it's something I could cut on in the background and just let go. And let that motherfucker ride while I'm doing whatever, while I'm on the sticks, while I'm in the house. Cudi Montage may be the one I'm talking about. I think that's the one. Or it might be Free. I like Free's dope too. Free's pretty good. I don't know, either one of them songs. But yeah, man, it's a pretty good goddamn album, man. If you want to just let it rock. Much like Kanye's, because Kanye West's album is good too. I think I like Ghost Town on his album the most. Again, 7 songs, man. Just enough, man. That's all you need. And then, of course, Push's album came out earlier. 7 songs. If you're going to give me seven songs, right, on, 3 or 4 albums, or 4 albums, and damn near all 7 of them dope, that's a win for the summer. That's definitely a win for the summertime, man. I think Kanye just won June. Depending on if Drake come out with another diss track, if he lets that shit out. Apparently, Jay Prince shut that shit down. But, yeah, Kanye West won the summer, man. I don't give a fuck how you go about it. He won the summer. For real. Because he put out 4 albums. I produced all the tracks on 4 albums. About 28 songs so far. I think Tiana Taylor still got to come out. And most of them shits is real, real good, man. All of them are real good. So we'll see. And then on the sneak, Jay-Z and Beyonce put an album out, and that album's fucking good. And I think it's great. And and the biggest thing about it that I like about it is that they're on just about every song together. And then on the last song, they kind of talk about their issues, which I think is pretty it's pretty bold of them to do it. Even though everybody knows they had shit going on, I still think it's pretty bold to actually do an album together and then air that shit out on there. And I'm guessing that's part of their therapy. More power to them. If it's gonna help them stay together, hey, do what you gotta do. But it's a real good album. It's an album you can listen to with your old lady or whatever. And I'm not like the biggest Beyonce fan. I have nothing against her. I think she's a great artist. I don't buy Beyonce music. I'm more of a rap dude. But I do think the album is good. I think it's well done. And I like how they gave everybody credit on there because not everybody has features. And it may be because I use Tidal. I'm a music snob. I'm definitely a proud Tidal user. But you can go to track info and it'll give you the credits from people who wrote the song, who made the beat, who recorded, who engineered, and you'll see all the names on there. I'm not gonna give it away, of course, for the sake of giving it away. I guess it will be considered spoilers, but if you ever listen to it, yeah, just listen to it. I want to say it's about 9 songs. It's about 9 songs, so it's not hard to listen to. Pretty good music, man. So check it out. I think that's everything that came out. Oh, what one more thing came out, and it's old, but it's good. And that's 1999. Joy Badass put it out on streaming services. Apparently, it wasn't before, but he put it back out, and it's there. Boom, and that's basically all I got for music, except for this situation with this young man XXX Tentacion. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I don't mean to put no tanginess on it if that's what I'm doing, but it's sad, man. This guy was 20 years old, maybe 21. I'm not too familiar with the kid. I know he was going through some shit. I think he said at some point he was kind of stepping away from music, and I don't listen to his music, but I listen to like a lot of podcasts. I know Joe Budden was talking about him a while back, and he talking about how he liked the kid, and I've heard about how his music. It was I guess he kind of does the sing-songy type of shit that's really popular right about now, but apparently it's supposed to be good. I just never really listened to him. Because I'm one of them guys, I like to judge people off their interviews. If I've never heard your music, if I can see that you were on social media, you had like a video out, or if I can judge in your interview, that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm yet to hear your music, because that's when I feel like I see the real person. Maybe I'm just a rap nerd or whatever, but that's when I get to see the real person. Like I was already to shit on Lil Pump. Then I seen his interview he did with J. Cole, and my man was barely putting sentences together, and I was like, I can't shit on this guy. He's still a baby. And with this kid Tentacion, like I didn't really get to see none of that stuff from him. I remember at some point he shaved his eyebrows and there was some controversy about him, some girl or whatever. Just all types of craziness. And I looked at my phone, like I said a little while ago, and it turned out this man got shot and killed in Florida. But I will say this, and this is not to speak badly on his name, but when you run around and you say certain things and you say these words to people, thinking that you could be a troll on the internet and it's not gonna catch up with you, that shit can get you killed. I think he had been jumped before, or somebody he was the dude ski master slump guy who he's supposed to be cool with. I think he had got jumped before. I know when he was out in San Diego, that it was thought that he was knocked out on stage by Rob Stone. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was Rob Stone, but Tentacion XXX, however you say it, he did get knocked out on stage in San Diego. He did have some issues. He's had issues with a bunch of different people. So it's not like this incident is outlandish. Is it sad? Is it tragic? Absolutely. Somebody lost their life. Somebody who was probably generating funds and feeding people. Somebody who our troubled youth probably looked up to. Because you know how it is with every artist, once they gain a certain amount of a notoriety, people come out the woodwork like, yeah, like I was listening to this song and it helped me out through my time or whatever. And I don't know what type of music he makes, but I'm assuming there's something in there that was clinging, I was sticking with these teenagers, and they were feeling what he was saying, and unfortunately, he ended up passing away. But it just goes to show, man, like you have to watch what you say to these people. Because all that internet troll, purple hair shit, rainbow hair shit may be cool when you're on the internet and people can't touch you. But everybody ain't with that rainbow haired bullshit. And the one person I hope is paying attention to this shit is that boy Tekashi 6ix9ine, because like the dude X, I don't think he was out there like this kid is. He might have said some shit and been, speaking his mind and been bold in his words, but he wasn't like this dude Tekashi. This guy is talking a bunch of shit and then showing up to where people say he shouldn't showing up with a bunch of fucking people and then dipping before they can catch him. I feel like it's gonna catch up to him one day, and it's probably gonna be one of his own people, because that's just how shit works out. But I hope he was paying attention, and I applaud Chief Keef for what I think he's doing, and for him not really engaging with this dude Tekashi, because I think what I heard him say is like, man, we passed that. We know it's the fucking police. We know you the police, because all you want for us to happen is we get up and go try to do something to you, and all that shit's online. It's all evidence. Next thing you know, we in jail. Because I believe Chief Keef and his people have been through bullshit like that before, especially going up in Chicago. You know how fucked up it is out there. So the last thing they want to do is fall for a trap. They say reckless shit online, and then boom, you got evidence to use against them if something happened to this kid. So I think they're doing the right thing by ignoring it. And Tekashi doing stupid shit. He's out here taking this man baby mother shopping at the Gucci store and shit, buying her stuff like that's the dumbest shit in the world. You know how fucking crazy you look? One, she looked busted. Not to be disrespectful, but listen, Chief Keef made a mistake early in life getting with that girl. Maybe she did something for him that I don't understand right now, but he made a mistake in life getting with that girl. She looked like hot garbage, right? Sorry. That's just how I feel. And two, her character is like, why would you even spend money on somebody like that? And then three, why are you spending money to embarrass somebody else? That shit don't get you no points. Like 50 did that shit years ago to Ross. He did that shit years ago to Ross. And now you got this chick on camera. You feeling on this bum chick, and she talking about how he don't do shit for his kid or whatever. Then hopefully you got him on child support. He making some type of money, right? Hopefully he may be on the fucking future plan where he don't really do shit for his child. He just provides. I don't know. That was a real stupid move. Like, why would you spend money to bring a chick somewhere only for you to be spending your money on it? If I'm Chief Keef, I'm like, thank you. You got that bitch out of my hair for a minute. Like, and I hate to say that about this girl, but like, if you out there with a dude shitting on my name, telling people that I'm not a good father, then hey man, that's where we at. And your son, his son or his daughter, whatever kind of kid he got, is gonna find out about this shit one day. That you went out there and publicly shit on the father of your kid for a Gucci pouch that you probably ain't got no money to put in that motherfucker. That's where we at, man. That's where we at in the world. So I really hope that X was paying, not X, but 6ix9ine was paying attention to what happened to X, because he was popping shit and talking stuff with a lot of people early in his very short career. In the beginning, he was talking a lot of shit, getting into a lot of altercations with people, and it took a while. His career cooled down, and it wasn't the first one after he said some shit. It wasn't the second month, but it took like a year or so, and all that shit finally caught up with him. So Tekashi's on the clock. He keep bringing that energy his way. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I feel it, and I'm sorry, but I feel like it's gonna happen. I don't mean to wish nothing bad on nobody, but you can only direct that energy out, so much before it comes back and hurt somebody either close to you, somebody you love, or put your ass in jail. Because the moves that are being made are not intelligent moves. You're already not getting booked for shows. You, the most popular artist in New York, you can't even perform at fucking Summer Jam. They ban you. But you the king of New York, you can't perform at fucking Summer Jam. Goddamn dummy. And on that note, I'm done with this episode, man. Sorry I got it to y'all late. Nah, fuck that. I'm not sorry. I was enjoying my Father's Day. Y'all will be alright. But yeah, man, no playing this ride. If you want to hit me up, if you don't like what I said, it's all good. Listen again next time. Maybe you'll like it. But no playing this ride at gmail.com. If you want to holler at me, all lowercase. No play 247 on Twitter. Capital N, lowercase O, capital P, LAY. No play 247 on Twitter. No playing this ride Facebook page. No playing this ride on YouTube, Google Play, Stitcher, Tumblr, and somewhere else. And as you know, it's available on iTunes. But yeah, man, hit me up, holler at me, let me know how you feeling, what I'm doing. Help me market this more towards you. What do you want me to talk about? If you got any topics, ideas, whatever, let me know. Boom. As always, make tomorrow a better day than today and learn something tomorrow you didn't learn today. Peace.